So y'all gonna hear my kids in the background.
So what?
Y'all gonna hear my kids. You gonna hit? I'm gonna hit you.
I'm sorry, please.
That's my oldest one. He's disrespectful.
Ah!
Okay. So guys, today we're going to talk about the what stigma podcast. All right. So guys, y'all know we talked about this, I think early in February or March, that I was going to launch this podcast. Okay. Life came and did what it always do when I'm trying to launch something. Bother me. Okay. My life get to bothering me when I'm trying to launch. What? The bird. Okay, y'all. Try to bother me when I'm trying to launch something. It happens every time. I don't know why I'm not used to it by now, but it be getting on my nerves. It just shake me up a little bit and get me off course. But to let you guys know now that what stigma with Coach Belize, which is me, which is moi, is coming out tomorrow, guys. So y'all will be getting 2 episodes of the first season. The bird is being disrespectful. I got the window open. So that will be coming out tomorrow. So get excited about that. I'm excited. The first episode is just an intro, so y'all know who I am, you know, what the podcast is about. We're just kind of let y'all know the podcast is about all things stigmas, okay? First, I was kind of going to talk about sex or sexual things. I'm going to talk about that too. We're going to include that too. But we're going to talk about everything pertaining to stigmas, because I feel like it's a lot of stigmas out here that we need to talk about and break these things, because at the end of the day, we're holding up stigmas like they facts, and I think that's really sucky. Or we have stigmas that have some facts or stats attached to it, but a lot of it is judgmental, or a lot of it is just stereotypes, and I think that's no good, because now we're holding on to a stigma that we believe is completely factual or statistic based, and it's not. And I think that happens a lot within the STI world, parenting, relationships, things of that nature, where a lot of people are really holding up stigmas more than they think they're holding up facts. We see it all the time in the dating world, where people's like, well, based off facts, blah 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 blah, but they're also holding up to a stigma or a stereotype that's not 100% true for everybody. Remember, stats are based off a survey of something, an amount of people they chose based off race, sex, sexual preference, income base, age, all these other things. And I think sometimes we tend to forget about that, that when we read these stats, we really don't know who they tested. Was I included in the stats? Were you included in the stats? Are you a part of the stats? Because sometimes you might even be a part of the stats because your income bracket don't fall within that, or the age bracket don't fall in that. But you really don't know that, because we just take stats as face value. And that's something after learning, taking stats in undergrad and then taking stats in grad school, I realized I hate stats for real, because you start to realize sometimes you're taking stats as facts, and they're not facts for you. They're facts for that group, okay? So just know what the stigma with Coach Belize is coming out tomorrow. So with my podcast, I'm not starting off with video first, okay? I just want y'all to hear my voice. Like, y'all can be doing whatever y'all doing at the gym, or in the car, you know, whatever. You'll be able to just to hear my voice when I'm talking out. I'll do the video later. Right now, I'm not in the mood to set that up. I'm just gonna keep it absolutely a fact with y'all. I don't feel like worrying about no background and setup and all this stuff. It's crazy, because I got the mic. I got 2 mics and all this stuff. With those mics, I have to attach them to my computer, and I got to get these headphones out. I don't feel like it. And I'm going to keep it real for somebody who really doing, I don't feel like it. I love people who do their podcast and they got all that, but I don't feel like doing none of that right now. I'm ready to just get this information out to you guys, and we talk about it, all right? Because my podcast, I want us to talk. I want us to, for real, talk about these stigmas that's out here in this world, so we can break some of these things. Now, we might not be able to break it all. We may not be able to affect everybody, but whoever listens to the podcast, I want you to feel like you included and your voice matters, because your voice do matter, okay? Now, we're not going to always agree. Just know, because I got one of these podcasts. The second podcast is about dating standards pertaining to age brackets. Okay, we're going to talk about that. I got something to say about Shay Shay, and I love Shay Shay, y'all. Y'all don't have no clue. I love Shay Shay for real, but I got something to say about that situation. So I'll be talking about that too, but I am not talking about him per se. I'll be talking about the age bracket standards that we have in the States. I'll say that. I can only speak for the States. I see it in people who are in other countries, but I only speak for the States and what I see, and also the South from what I see. I'm not from up north. I'm from the South. So I'll be talking about that, and also my own personal experience about dating standards with age bracket gaps, because I did it myself. I married somebody way older than me. So I will be talking about that tomorrow. So y'all get excited. Jump on it tomorrow. I'll be coming on here giving y'all all the information about it right now. So I just want to put that out there. So yay, I'm excited. It's gonna be so good. So look out for that. Every Monday we're going to have a episode or two on there, depending on how I roll. But for sure, y'all have an episode every single Monday on the podcast, and y'all be able to listen to it. Right now, I think it's just going to be, I can't remember. I think it'll be on Spotify, and it'll also be on Apple for sure. It should be on both of them, okay? I can't remember off the top of my head, but I believe they should be on both. If not, it'll probably just start on Spotify first, but there you go. Just to let you know. But I'm excited about it. It's going to be really good. Like I said, the first two are just going to be intro and also my take on the whole age gap standard thing. And then after that, we'll talk about it from that point on. So at the end of this video, when you get into the comments, I need you to tell me what you think about the podcast, what you think I should talk about. Also, drop some stigmas that's going on, like some articles that got stigmas in it or things that you're seeing that's going on. I seen something recently that I know I want to talk about of having a roommate with a man. I think that's, let's talk about that stigma that attached to that, because I don't think it's always a bad thing, and I don't always think it's a good thing. But I feel like let's talk about it. Let's break this thing down on what we really think about feeling that women, especially single women, should not live with a man who's not their man as a roommate. Because I don't know if y'all know, a young lady just got killed off of TikTok. I think she was 24, 25 years old. She just got killed. Her roommate was 40 years old. Okay, that's something we can talk about. Okay, I want to know how that happened, and she's not even from the States. She's from UK, but she came to the States to get her nursing degree and all stuff like that. So we're gonna talk about that next week, okay? Because that story is still developing and everything like that. But that's something else to talk about. I feel like it's a stigma within that, because I feel like every situation is not a bad situation, but some situations turn into bad situations. But how do we navigate that? And also, how do we teach our daughters or our sons on how to navigate when it comes to housing, when they decide they want to have roommates, especially if you go to college or you step out and you're like, hey, I got extra rooms, I want to rent my rooms out and stuff like that. How do you go about doing that, even if it's the opposite sex? How do I navigate that thing? How do I determine if I let this person live with me or not, because I do want to rent this room out and make some extra income or cover my bills? As we know, in the time we are now, some people need help with their rent. They don't get help with their mortgage, or they got extra rooms, they want to make extra income. So I'm not against that, but how do you determine who should live with you and who shouldn't live with you? Because I don't care what nobody say. A woman can live with you and unalive you too. Okay, or set you up too, or a couple or whatever, or people not pay. So I feel like let's talk about what the stigma around that, where we believe, a man and a woman should not live together if they're not partners, as roommates. Let's talk about that thing. Let's break that thing down. And I want to hear y'all take on it. Like I said, let's talk about different stigmas y'all see or articles or things y'all say. Send it to me. Send it to me on Coach Belize on Instagram, so we can look over there and we can talk about it. I just want to talk about all things stigmas, y'all. All things stigmas, because we're living in a world that every day a stigma is being developed or continue to be added on to, and it's hurting us and the generations behind us. At the end of the day, the next generations behind us are getting tapped. They getting their butts tore out the frame based off these stigmas that we've been holding on to for decades, okay, centuries. We've been holding on to and not breaking them down, and not assisting with not continue to uphold them. As we continue to uphold them, it's holding on to this negative connotation that comes to it, and it also holds on to people's judgment on other people who may deal with this situation, and it's also affecting people's lifestyles, okay, in many ways. And we're gonna look at that from just dealing with herpes. People, have a hard stigma on herpes, and when people get herpes, they feel down and out, okay? Been there, done that, understand it, and know many of you guys have dealt with it or dealing with it right now, or people who gonna find out their diagnosis this week gonna deal with that. It's because of the stigma that was attached to it, and we need to kill that. And I've been working on that, and you've been working on that, and we've been working on that. We're getting better, thank God for social media. TikTok came in the world, and it blew some things up, and that assisted with us really getting stuff out. YouTube as well, when I came on YouTube and Instagram, and in Facebook, it added on to it. So it's getting somewhere. We're getting a place where people can find people who have herpes and see that they are not upholding the stigma. They're living a regular life and things like that. But some people don't know that. So we got to still working on that, and it comes to, parenting and all these other things. So That's what I want to talk about. I'm excited. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. But I want y'all to be included because y'all already have been included with coming up with the name. I put it all over my social media sites. I don't know if I put it here. I'm sorry. I include y'all. I apologize. But y'all gonna be included from this point on. But I put it on all my I think all my socials. It was just really, I'm sorry, it was only Facebook and Instagram that I put it in my group, asking people what I should name the group. I mean, name the podcast, and that's what happens. It came up with what stigma. What stigma? What stigma with Coach Belize? And I think it's pretty cool because y'all know me. I am overcoming the stigma queen when it comes to herpes. So I think this was just another way to kind of open my doors to talk about all things stigma. I have a lot to say about some of these stigmas that's out here, and even living my own life where, you know, looking at me and what I've been through, I got stigmas put on me, or stigmas I have lived through or living with or fighting through or trying to overcome because of what I've heard over the years. And I feel like it's not cool. Hey, love bug. It's not cool. And we all can say that we have dealt with stigmas, and we all can say that some of the stigmas are holding us hostage. And it makes it really hard to move through and navigate through life. And I don't want that for us. Let's go ahead and start working on those things. So now we can move forward in life where we're not living with stigmas. Stigmas create shame, which shame makes it really hard to have confidence. And I don't want that for us. We don't deserve that. We should be able to have confidence in ourselves, love ourselves, and navigate this world in the way that we desire and the way that we want it to show up for us. Despite that life is going to do what it's going to do, I still want us to have confidence to know that we love ourselves and that we're not upholding other people's words more than our own. Okay? So I love you guys, and I'll see y'all soon. I think I'll come back in a little bit and do a Q&A because we haven't did one of those in a while. So come on back later on tonight, and we'll do a Q&A. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye.